All right, I'm gonna bang this one out real quick as well. So I kind of want to talk about context switching, and I've just written this off the top of my mind, so some definitions might be wrong. I don't know, who cares? My main point is this. Context switching, obviously it's when your brain is very scattered and you've got a whole bunch of different tasks that you're trying to focus on. However, every time when you switch from one task to another, there's almost kind of like a bit of fatigue that your brain goes through and a bit of lag time that it takes for your brain to focus on the next task. And the more you context switch and the more you try and split your focus to loads of different actions, you come to realize that you're just not working productively at all. Now, if you want to be productive and want to get stuff done, you need deep work. You need deep, focused attention. And this is where you're so focused and honed in on something that you kind of go into a flow state. And I think artists are great people to kind of analyze when you think about this. Like, imagine someone, like an artist, they're working on some kind of like painting or something in an attic somewhere, and they're in there for hours, days even. The world doesn't even exist to them. It's just them and their work. And they're almost kind of like in this trance-like state where they're just a vessel for creativity to flow through them onto the canvas. That level of attention, that level of deep focus is how you want to view yourself and your work, regardless of what it is. You could be some accountant in the 15th floor of some like random office building. You still want to have that level of deep focus and in your work, because at the end of the day, like, if you want to be productive, that's how you do it. You're not going to be productive if you're just scattered all over the place. And to be fair, I think it's a pretty obvious principle, but I think it just serves as a good reminder for myself as well, that view your work like how an artist views their work in general. And it's not something which they won't be on Instagram on the phone and getting like texts coming in, people come to the room asking the questions. It's just, the world just disappears and it's just them and their work at the end of the day. So have that same mentality and really maybe look into context switching as well. It's definitely something I need to do more research on. It's really interesting as well overall. And honestly, the whole research into flow state is something which is incredibly interesting as well. There's a YouTuber called Rian Doris, and he's got some like banger videos as well. I'll probably link it in the description if I can be bothered. But yeah, and overall my next point was, the more context switching you do, the more decision fatigue your brain is going to go through. It's literally like you're at the gym and you're working out. Let's say you want to hit legs. You aren't going to start the day like doing like heavy bench press or like weighted dips or whatever. Like, you're going to go through and probably start off with your main movements, so like squats or whatever. And likely you aren't going to be hitting upper body. So we need to treat just the work that we do in the same kind of way, where our brain is focused on the main tasks. There isn't any other smaller task on the side that we're going to distract ourselves from. It's just us and the work, and that is it. And the last thing that I wrote was, you want to design your physical, digital environments to optimize yourself to get into that flow state as quickly as possible. And again, in my mind, when I visualize like an artist in the attic, there's probably like a mattress in the corner, and it's just the canvas and the like palettes and paints and like all the resources that they use, like just spread around them. So the moment they wake up, maybe they eat some food, drink some water, I don't know, get up, get to work, get into that flow state. So you want to design your digital, because we live in a digitalized world at this point. So the apps that you got, what you have access to on the internet, everything. Like, you want to just optimize everything, your digital and your physical environments, so that you can just get into flow state as quickly as possible. That is the main thing overall.